Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. Listen, real forgiveness means that you operate in confident expectation of good no matter how others choose to relate to you. That is what real forgiveness is. Real forgiveness is not the counterfeit forgiveness that the world is talking about, which means you repress what has happened and you continue operating, or you so-called face what happens and now you just deal with whatever comes along with it. Both are self-destructive, even though the latter one is less self-destructive. The latter one gives you space to relate to some other people in society. Real forgiveness, Christ-centered forgiveness, simply implies no matter how people choose to relate to you, you have confident expectation of good, because you rely upon Christ himself. That is what true forgiveness is. So real forgiveness or true forgiveness does not, listen to me, does not imply that you forget what people did. It does, because look, to have confident expectation of good means that you look at the bigger picture. That means that you look at the bigger picture of what people did to you, or of how people related to you. And you can't look at the bigger picture if you forget what happened. You get what I'm saying here? Look, in the world they tell you to forget, because in the world they don't have the power of Christ to overrule evil. That's why for world people, you just have to forget and repress it and put it out of your memory. But you as a believer, you have the power in you. You can overrule evil with good. So real forgiveness is simply you keep walking by faith no matter what. And by doing this, you don't develop aversive attachments to people. When you don't like someone, you are in darkness. You have an aversive attachment to someone. The world tells you that you have a right to will whatever you will. No, it's not true. It's a lie. Real forgiveness is intended for you to remain free from attachments to darkness. That's what it's about. That's why it says, forgive as Christ has forgiven you. Christ pursued you no matter your attitude, because he is God. Okay? Now you are not God. You are a follower of God. But you imitate God. So you have confident expectation of good no matter how people choose to relate to you. And because you have the power of the Holy Spirit, your Spirit inside of you, you overrule their negativity. You don't approve it, neither you condone it, neither you give them the right to be negative, because they don't, they really don't. But you don't go after them to retaliate against them, because you walk by faith. But you do take spiritual action. If judgment needs to happen, it needs to happen. But you remain Christ-centered. That's the goal of real forgiveness. Remaining Christ-centered. Be at peace.